Imagine facing the relentless Arizona heat, where summer temperatures can soar to a blistering 110 degrees Fahrenheit or more without the comfort of air conditioning. For most of us, this scenario might sound like a form of self imposed torture. Yet, the Amish, a community well known for their rejection of modern conveniences, have chosen to live and thrive in some of the hottest regions of the United States, all while maintaining their traditional way of life. How do they manage to stay cool under such extreme conditions? What secrets lie within their seemingly simple homes and lifestyles that allow them to endure temperatures that would leave most of us desperately seeking shelter in air conditioned spaces? The idea of surviving a summer without air conditioning feels almost unimaginable in today's world, where AC units hum in nearly every household and workplace. But this wasn't always the case. For most of human history, people lived without artificial cooling, relying instead on natural methods and clever designs to combat the heat. The Amish, with their centuries old traditions, continue to embrace these age old techniques, making them experts in living in harmony with their environment. What's fascinating is that their approach is not about enduring discomfort or merely toughing it out. Instead, it's a carefully crafted balance of thoughtful design, resourceful solutions, and a profound understanding of nature. In fact, their methods might not only surprise you, but inspire a reevaluation of our dependency on modern technology. Could it be that, in their simplicity, the Amish have uncovered a smarter way to live? Stay with us as we unravel the ingenious strategies the Amish use to stay cool in the sweltering Arizona heat. Their techniques may just challenge everything you thought you knew about comfort and sustainability. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Amish approach to living in extreme heat is their homes. Far from the cookie-cutter designs of modern neighborhoods, Amish houses are thoughtfully crafted to function as natural cooling systems. Their secret? A blend of traditional techniques, intelligent design, and the use of natural materials, all backed by science. Let's start with thick walls, a hallmark of Amish home construction. Made from materials like clay, adobe, and wood, these walls excel at thermal insulation. According to research published by the U.S. Department of Energy, materials with high thermal mass absorb heat during the day and release it at night when the temperature cools. This natural regulation keeps indoor spaces consistently comfortable, even when outdoor temperatures soar to over 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Thick walls also block direct sunlight, reducing heat penetration and creating a buffer zone between the blistering outdoors and the cooler interior. Then there are the high ceilings, another classic Amish feature. Scientifically, hot air rises, a principle rooted in basic thermodynamics. By designing homes with ceilings that soar well above average height, the Amish ensure that warm air naturally rises away from the living areas. Studies have shown that rooms with ceilings over 12 feet can be up to 10 degrees Fahrenheit cooler at ground level, compared to rooms with standard 8-foot ceilings. This simple architectural tweak significantly reduces the need for artificial cooling methods. Windows also play a crucial role in Amish homes. Rather than relying on fixed ventilation systems, they utilize cross-ventilation by strategically placing windows to align with prevailing wind patterns. Research on passive cooling methods shows that cross-ventilation can reduce indoor temperatures by up to 30%, depending on the wind speed and outdoor conditions. By opening windows on opposite sides of a home, the Amish create a steady flow of air that naturally pushes out heat and circulates cooler air throughout the space. Beyond individual homes, the Amish consider the placement of their houses within their environment. Trees, often planted strategically around homes, provide shade and act as natural air conditioners. The U.S. Department of Agriculture notes that properly positioned trees can reduce cooling costs by 20 to 50%, depending on their size and density. By shading walls, roofs, and outdoor areas, trees help maintain lower indoor temperatures, even during peak summer heat. Interestingly, these methods aren't exclusive to the Amish. Ancient civilizations, particularly in desert regions like the Middle East and North Africa, employed similar strategies. Thick adobe walls, shaded courtyards, and high ceilings were staples of homes designed to combat the intense heat. The Amish, however, have preserved these time-tested methods, adapting them to their unique cultural and environmental context in modern times. Perhaps what's most compelling about Amish home design is its sustainability. While air conditioners consume vast amounts of energy and contribute to greenhouse gas emissions, the Amish rely solely on natural, renewable methods. Their homes are not just cool, they're environmentally friendly, cost-effective, and built to last. When it comes to beating the Arizona heat, the Amish don't just rely on clever home designs. They turn to the natural world for assistance. Their strategic use of trees, shade, and outdoor adaptations demonstrates an intuitive understanding of nature's cooling power, supported by science and centuries of trial and error. For the Amish, trees are far more than ornamental. They are an integral part of the cooling strategy. Strategically planted trees provide shade, reducing the amount of sunlight that hits the home and surrounding areas. According to a study by the U.S. Department of Energy, well-placed shade trees can lower cooling costs by up to 25%. Large deciduous trees, in particular, are ideal because they block sunlight during the summer while allowing light to filter through in the winter when the leaves fall. Shade doesn't just cool the air. It also reduces heat absorbed by walls, roofs, and outdoor spaces. Research shows that shaded surfaces can be up to 45 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than those exposed to direct sunlight. By planting trees on the south and west sides of their homes, the Amish effectively shield their living spaces from the most intense rays of the day. Trees also provide an additional cooling benefit through a process called evapotranspiration. This is when trees release moisture into the air, which cools the surrounding environment. Studies have found that areas with dense tree cover can be 2 to 9 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than those without, a phenomenon often referred to as the urban forest effect. For the Amish, this natural cooling effect creates a more comfortable microclimate around their homes and workspaces. The Amish extend their cooling strategies beyond the home by thoughtfully designing outdoor areas. Summer kitchens, for instance, are an ingenious solution to keeping indoor spaces cool. By cooking in separate outdoor structures, they prevent the heat generated from stoves and ovens from raising indoor temperatures. Research shows that indoor cooking can increase household temperatures by up to 10 degrees Celsius. So this method not only keeps homes cooler, but also makes the overall environment more pleasant. Additionally, the Amish often work under the shade of trees or purpose-built structures during the hottest parts of the day. These shaded areas provide immediate relief from the sun's intensity and allow them to carry out their daily tasks without the risk of overheating. According to data from OSHA, proper shade can reduce the risk of heat-related illnesses by 30 to 50%, highlighting the importance of such measures in high-temperature regions. By aligning their lifestyle with nature's rhythms, the Amish have created a sustainable, cost-effective way to stay cool, even in the harshest conditions. Their methods remind us that sometimes the best solutions don't involve technology. They simply require a closer look at what nature already provides. While the Amish rely on architecture and nature for cooling, they also make expert use of another natural resource: air. By designing homes that capitalize on ventilation and crosswinds, they achieve a level of comfort that feels effortless, yet is the result of careful planning and generations of wisdom. This approach leverages basic principles of airflow and thermodynamics, proving that sometimes the simplest solutions are the most effective. Cross-ventilation, a hallmark of Amish home design, involves creating a flow of air through strategically placed openings, such as windows or vents, on opposite sides of a home. This technique exploits natural wind patterns to move cool air in while pushing warm air out. Studies from the Building Science Corporation reveal that cross-ventilation can reduce indoor temperatures by as much as 30%, depending on factors like wind speed, humidity, and the layout of the building. In Amish homes, windows are deliberately placed to align with prevailing wind directions. For example, in Arizona, winds often shift between the southeast in the morning and the southwest in the afternoon. Amish homeowners take advantage of these shifts by opening specific windows to maximize airflow at different times of the day. This dynamic use of natural ventilation transforms their homes into breezy sanctuaries, even during the hottest months. Another principle that the Amish employ is thermal stratification, the natural layering of air based on temperature. Hot air, being lighter, rises, while cooler air stays closer to the ground. By combining high ceilings with cross ventilation, Amish homes allow warm air to rise and escape through upper vents or windows, leaving cooler air below for residents to enjoy. Research from the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory supports this approach, showing that homes with properly designed ventilation and thermal stratification can maintain indoor temperatures up to 10 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than outdoor conditions, without relying on mechanical cooling systems. For the Amish, windows are more than just a way to let in light. They're an essential tool for temperature control. Unlike modern homes, where windows are often kept shut to trap cooled air, Amish homes use them actively by opening or closing windows at strategic times, morning, midday, or evening. They manage the flow of air and heat effectively. This practice is backed by data from the American Council for an Energy Efficient Economy, AEE, which highlights that strategic window use can reduce cooling energy consumption by 20 to 50%. The Amish amplify this effect by using lightweight, breathable curtains to control sunlight while still allowing air to circulate freely. The beauty of this natural ventilation system lies in its sustainability. Unlike air conditioners, which require electricity and emit greenhouse gases, cross ventilation is entirely passive. It requires no energy, no maintenance, and no cost, making it both environmentally friendly and economically viable. This approach also provides resilience in the face of power outages, a common occurrence in regions like Arizona during peak summer months. While many modern households are left sweltering when the grid goes down, Amish homes remain cool and livable thanks to their reliance on nature's resources. By simply opening a window, aligning a home with wind patterns, or incorporating high ceilings, we too can create spaces that are cooler, more comfortable, and more sustainable. The Amish remind us that the answers to modern challenges are often rooted in timeless wisdom and a gentle summer breeze. Beyond designing homes to stay cool and harnessing natural airflow, the Amish have perfected practical solutions for dealing with two major sources of heat: food preservation and cooking. By relying on age-old techniques such as ice houses and summer kitchens, they've developed a system that keeps their homes comfortable and their food fresh without the need for modern technology. These methods are not just relics of the past, they're highly efficient, sustainable, and backed by science. Ice houses are one of the Amish community's most ingenious adaptations. These structures, often built underground, serve as natural refrigerators that keep food cool through the hottest months of the year. The concept is straightforward. Ice harvested during the winter months is packed into insulated pits or structures and covered with materials like sawdust or straw to slow the melting process. This insulation works by trapping cold air while blocking heat, preserving the ice for months. Research from the U.S. Department of Agriculture shows that sawdust and straw are excellent thermal insulators, reducing heat transfer by up to 40%. This method is so effective that ice stored in well-built ice houses can last well into late summer, even in climates like Arizona. These structures maintain temperatures near freezing, allowing the Amish to store perishable items like milk, meat, and vegetables without electricity. The sustainability of ice houses is another key advantage. While modern refrigeration accounts for about 14% of household energy use, according to the Energy Information Administration, ice houses operate with zero energy input after construction. They rely solely on natural resources and manual labor, making them both eco-friendly and cost-effective. Cooking indoors during summer can significantly increase indoor temperatures, often by as much as 10 degrees Fahrenheit, according to data from the Department of Energy. To combat this, the Amish utilize summer kitchens, outdoor or semi-detached structures designed to keep cooking heat away from the main living areas. This separation ensures that the heat generated by stoves and ovens doesn't raise the temperature inside their homes. Summer kitchens are typically equipped with wood-burning stoves or other traditional cooking appliances, and their open designs allow heat to dissipate quickly. By moving the cooking process outside, the Amish maintain a comfortable indoor environment while still preparing hearty meals. This practice is not just practical, it's a testament to their philosophy of working with nature rather than against it. Interestingly, the concept of outdoor kitchens has gained popularity in modern sustainable architecture. Studies from the National Renewable Energy Laboratory suggest that reducing indoor heat sources like cooking can lower air conditioning demand by 15 to 20% in hot climates, aligning perfectly with the Amish approach. The effectiveness of both ice houses and summer kitchens stems from their reliance on passive cooling principles. By using natural insulation, airflow, and strategic placement, these methods minimize heat buildup and energy consumption. They exemplify how thoughtful design can meet basic human needs without resorting to high-tech solutions. When most people imagine dressing for the sweltering summer heat, they picture light, minimal clothing like tank tops and shorts. The Amish, however, take a different approach, one that seems counterintuitive at first glance, but is rooted in centuries of practical wisdom. Their long sleeves, high collars, and wide-brimmed hats aren't just about modesty or tradition. They're surprisingly effective at keeping them cool in harsh environments. This seemingly paradoxical strategy is supported by scientific evidence and has been used by cultures in extreme climates worldwide. While modern clothing trends often prioritize exposing the skin in hot weather, research suggests that covering up can actually keep the body cooler. Studies from the University of Wisconsin-Madison have found that light, loose-fitting clothing made from natural fibers, like cotton or linen, creates a barrier between the skin and direct sunlight. This barrier prevents solar radiation from directly heating the skin while allowing air to circulate, which aids in natural cooling. The Amish attire, typically made from breathable fabrics, functions in much the same way. By wearing long sleeves and layered clothing, they shield their skin from the sun's harsh rays. This not only reduces the risk of sunburn, but also keeps the body's core temperature more stable. Moreover, loose clothing creates an insulating layer of air that slows down heat transfer, acting as a natural cooling system. In addition to long sleeves, the Amish are known for their wide-brimmed hats, which serve as portable umbrellas. Research from the Skin Cancer Foundation shows that wide-brimmed hats can reduce UV exposure to the face and neck by 50% or more. This protection doesn't just prevent sun damage, it also reduces the heat felt by exposed skin. The shade provided by these hats is critical in hot, sunny climates like Arizona, where direct sunlight can quickly raise the body's temperature. The Amish aren't the only ones using this approach. Nomadic tribes in the Sahara Desert, such as the Tuareg, have long used similar clothing strategies to protect themselves from the extreme heat. These groups wear multiple layers of loose, flowing garments to create shade for their bodies while maintaining airflow. Studies published in the Journal of Arid Environments have confirmed the effectiveness of these clothing styles in reducing heat stress and improving comfort in high temperatures. The Amish, while geographically and culturally distant, employ the same principles to thrive in the Arizona heat. One of the greatest benefits of the Amish clothing strategy is its sustainability. Unlike modern cooling technologies, such as wearable fans or moisture-wicking fabrics that often rely on synthetic materials and energy inputs, traditional Amish attire is entirely natural and low impact. The fabrics they use, often homemade, are renewable and biodegradable, aligning with their philosophy of living in harmony with the environment. In the end, the Amish remind us that comfort in the heat isn't about exposing more skin. It's about working with nature. By shielding themselves from the sun and embracing breathable, loose-fitting garments, they achieve a balance that is as practical as it is sustainable. Their attire isn't just a cultural statement. It's a lesson in how to stay cool without compromising on simplicity or environmental responsibility. The Amish approach to surviving the intense heat of Arizona isn't solely about clever architecture natural materials, or practical clothing. It's also deeply rooted in a mindset of adaptation. For the Amish, the heat isn't seen as an adversary to be conquered with technology, but as a reality to be accepted and harmonized with. This philosophical perspective, combined with their resourcefulness, allows them to thrive in conditions that many would find unbearable. Modern society often relies on external solutions, like air conditioning and refrigeration, to shield itself from the environment. While effective, these methods create dependency on energy-intensive systems, contributing to high costs and environmental impact. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, air conditioning alone accounts for approximately 6% of total electricity use worldwide and is a significant source of greenhouse gas emissions. The Amish, by contrast, have cultivated resilience through simplicity. Instead of fighting the heat, they focus on adapting to it. Their homes are built to stay cool naturally. Their clothing shields them from the sun, and their reliance on natural cooling methods eliminates the risks associated with power outages or mechanical failures. This approach not only reduces costs, but also fosters a sense of self-reliance that's increasingly rare in today's technology-driven world. One of the most striking aspects of the Amish response to heat is their cultural mindset. While most people view extreme heat as something to be avoided, the Amish accept it as a part of life. This acceptance is rooted in their values of humility, patience, and living in harmony with the natural world. Psychological studies, such as those conducted by the American Psychological Association, have shown that mindset plays a significant role in how individuals perceive and cope with environmental stressors. By reframing heat as a natural challenge rather than a burden, the Amish demonstrate a form of mental resilience that modern society can learn from. Their cultural practices also emphasize routine and discipline, which help them manage the heat effectively. For example, outdoor work is often done in the early morning or late afternoon when temperatures are cooler, and rest is prioritized during the hottest part of the day. This alignment with the natural rhythm of the environment reduces physical stress and increases productivity, a strategy that mirrors recommendations from organizations like OSHA for preventing heat-related illnesses. The Amish mindset offers a profound lesson for modern society. Adapting to the environment rather than trying to dominate it can lead to greater resilience, sustainability, and even happiness. As climate change continues to drive extreme weather conditions, their approach is a timely reminder that living in harmony with nature isn't just an ideal, it's a necessity. By embracing simplicity, aligning with natural rhythms, and prioritizing sustainable solutions, the Amish provide a blueprint for enduring and even thriving in challenging conditions. Their resilience is a testament to the power of mindset and the enduring wisdom of living in balance with the world around us. The Amish lifestyle is more than a survival strategy. It's a masterclass in sustainable, harmonious living that challenges the modern approach to comfort and convenience. In a world increasingly focused on energy efficiency and reducing environmental impact, the Amish offer invaluable lessons on how to live sustainably without sacrificing quality of life. Their practices are not only practical, but also backed by scientific principles, making them a compelling model for addressing contemporary challenges. One of the most striking aspects of Amish living is their complete independence from electricity-dependent cooling systems like air conditioning. According to the International Energy Agency, IEA, air conditioning is responsible for nearly 10% of global electricity consumption, a figure projected to triple by 2050 due to increasing demand in hotter climates. The Amish, however, bypass this entirely by relying on natural cooling techniques such as thick-walled homes, tree shading, and cross-ventilation. By minimizing energy consumption, the Amish significantly reduce their carbon footprint. For example, a typical household in Arizona spends an average of $400 to $500 per month on cooling costs during the summer, contributing heavily to greenhouse gas emissions. In contrast, Amish households achieve comparable comfort levels without relying on energy-intensive systems, showcasing the effectiveness of low-tech solutions. Another advantage of the Amish approach is its economic resilience. While modern households face rising energy costs and infrastructure vulnerabilities, such as power outages during peak demand, the Amish remain unaffected. Their reliance on passive cooling methods, such as ice houses and tree shading, eliminates recurring expenses and ensures their homes are functional regardless of external conditions. This economic resilience is particularly important in the face of climate change, which is driving up energy costs and increasing the frequency of extreme weather events. A study by the National Renewable Energy Laboratory found that implementing passive cooling strategies, like those used by the Amish, can reduce household energy consumption by 30 to 50%, translating to significant long-term savings. The Amish lifestyle also has broader environmental implications. Modern cooling systems contribute to heat islands in urban areas, where the overuse of air conditioning raises outdoor temperatures by releasing heat into the atmosphere. This creates a feedback loop that drives even greater energy consumption. The Amish, however, avoid these issues entirely by designing homes and communities that work with nature, not against it. Tree shading, for instance, not only cools individual homes, but also lowers surrounding air temperatures through evapotranspiration. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, well-placed trees can reduce urban air temperatures by 2 to 9 degrees Celsius, improving overall community comfort and reducing strain on energy grids. The Amish's commitment to preserving natural landscapes amplifies these benefits, contributing to healthier ecosystems and more livable environments. The Amish approach is a powerful reminder that sustainable living doesn't have to mean sacrificing comfort. Instead, it's about rethinking how we use resources, designing spaces that work with the environment, and prioritizing resilience over convenience. As the global population grapples with rising energy demands and environmental challenges, the Amish way of life provides a blueprint for a more sustainable future. Modern homeowners, architects, and policymakers can take inspiration from these practices. Simple changes, like incorporating passive cooling designs, planting shade trees, or rethinking the placement of windows and ventilation, can lead to significant energy savings and environmental benefits. By adopting some of the Amish principles, we can reduce our reliance on energy-intensive systems, lower costs, and create a lifestyle that's both comfortable and environmentally responsible. The Amish remind us that progress doesn't always mean advancing technology. It can also mean rediscovering and applying the wisdom of the past. Their enduring success in extreme climates is a testament to the power of simplicity, ingenuity, and living in balance with the natural world. The Amish approach to thriving in extreme heat without modern technology is more than a testament to their resilience. It's a call to reevaluate our relationship with the natural world. In a society driven by convenience and energy-intensive solutions, their methods remind us that comfort doesn't have to come at the cost of sustainability. Instead, it can arise from thoughtful design, resourcefulness, and a deep respect for nature's rhythms. What makes their lifestyle so compelling is its balance. The Amish don't merely endure the heat, they've embraced it as a natural part of life, finding harmony rather than conflict. Their thick-walled homes, strategically planted trees, and reliance on cross-ventilation aren't just survival tactics. They're carefully considered strategies that enhance comfort while reducing environmental impact. These methods, many of which have been used for centuries, challenge the modern narrative that technological advancement is the only path to progress. As the world faces mounting challenges from climate change and resource scarcity, the Amish offer a blueprint for resilience. Their practices demonstrate that low-tech solutions, when applied thoughtfully, can outpace energy-intensive alternatives in both efficiency and sustainability. They invite us to ask, how can we design our lives and homes to work with nature rather than against it? Ultimately, the Amish remind us that living simply doesn't mean living without. It means living wisely, prioritizing what truly matters while minimizing waste and excess. Their way of life is not just an artifact of the past, but a vision for the future. A future where harmony with the environment leads to greater comfort, resilience, and peace of mind.